What's going on? It's Fizz. What's up, snappers? Links in the description below if you're trying to find out more. Live your life. Comment below, let me know how you feel. Subscribe. Give me a like. Contact me for furthermore. I'm in the process of writing a book. And that's all I can say. It's gonna be a hot one. It's gonna sell. And it's gonna be exciting and invigorating, just like me making this video. I wanted to talk about today. You are the best. You are who you are. Message of the day. It doesn't get better than you. And to prove that, you can't experience how someone else feels. You can't recognize that. You can feel it, but you're in your body for its features. You are the best of you. That's what makes you, sweetheart. Your ups and downs are all one. You are connected to the very environment. You should feel good all the time and take that with you. Take it away. You know, you should feel good about everything you do. I want to touch upon every day. I'm guilty of this too. Animal. Sorry for the violence. I'll pray for that animal. It lived its life. It served its duty to the goodest purpose. Every day, things are happening, and they're happening within you, and you get to see it all play out. The way you take action's up to you. But the last thing you want to do is compare yourself to any day, any moment. Your next moment is gonna vary in every way possible. That is life in an essence, in a bottle. That's what makes us great. You're perfect the way you are. You wouldn't be someone else. You're smart and confident. That natural happiness should be there. You know, if you have a problem in your life, you shouldn't be doing anything else than getting to the root of that problem. You know, like, there's no running away from it. Where do you expect to go? And you are who you are. Comparing moments like I said, varies every day. One day you might make, an artist might make 5 songs, or for retrospective, an artist, as in a painter, he might paint 5 paintings simultaneously, maybe in one day, maybe in 1 hour. But don't go into some mischief and go off to a different path in comparative speaking terminology. So just because in that moment you did something you want to hold standards to, and the next day or some following time preceding this time, succession this time, you think you got to live up to this standard, like, oh, I'm trying to paint these 5 paintings. And do you see? Do you feel? Because I don't even need to talk about it, because I know the feeling's there. I don't need to dive in depth into that. I don't need to even express it. You know the feeling as when I said it. Your worst day is the same as your best day. That's some smoke. Your worst day is the same as the best. The only reason it would be otherwise, because you're in the mental trapology. You're not feeling the moment. You're in your mind more than experiencing and feeling and sensating and feeling those senses we were given, and the ones that aren't physical senses, which is, to me, the best sense. It's a feeling. You can't compare the best and the worst, because you're never going to live up to it. You're going to be stuck in the mind. There's no such thing. It does not exist. You're comparing something that doesn't need to be compared. So even if we are talking about, if you want to look at it as in your worst day, who cares? You're just judging yourself. It's one thing to judge other people, which is really you and who you are, but it's a whole different thing when you start judging yourself, which might even be worse. But on your worst day, it is not your worst day. You are here in the moment. It is happening, and there's a reason for it. There's no explanation. You should enjoy every moment. You're there to enjoy. Just don't compare yourself to anyone. There's no reason to. You're making something. You can just feel that. I don't know, like almost as like an opposition, like an antagonist, a terror attack on yourself, on your mind. There is no such. There is no worst. There is no best. There is just is. There is just this. And if you aren't feeling good, don't avoid that. You're supposed to. It's so redundant and so simple and so easy, yet it can be made into complexity. Simple. I've seen it. You're supposed to feel good all the time, like, just take that in. That's how we're naturally supposed to be. So if you aren't, you should get to the bottom of that. The message of the day is be who you are. You are the best. Be proud of yourself. Have that confidence. strive and thrive. Are we here to survive? Or are we here to thrive? You know, we need to, if you'd like, build a community and have happiness and succession and, you know, rituals and thanks and giving, and we need to be confident and embrace ourselves. We are the best moment. It doesn't get no better than this. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to feel good. And if something's not acting or you aren't playing the role you want to play, you know, and something's going on, like, fix it. Because what else are you gonna do? At the end of the day, what else are you gonna do? This is it, baby. This is your life, sweetheart. Stop comparing yourself. Be who you want to be. Most importantly, be who you are. Don't follow these images and ideals and opinions. Take what you want. But at the end of the day, it's your life. You know, everyone wants you to follow them, to grab their attention, you know, or steal your attention, you know, trying to, for no reason, you know, for their self-purpose sometimes, which there's nothing wrong with that, but don't fall into that. You don't need those opinions, ideals, philosophies, religions. This is life. You know what I mean? Like, this is you. Everything. You got to take it out the box. This is deprogramming. Out programming. You have these ideals, and if there were any laws and specifics, you got to think beyond this, because now I'm just limiting and being limited, and I'm not even going to go that far. I'm just saying the only real laws, which is just a feeling, would be the laws of nature. Of course, when you get into cultures, I don't want to say this, before society, there's going to be some roles you made amongst them and in general followings. But even that being said, you don't have to follow that. This is your life, and you can do whatever you want. You know? Your expectations are reality. Your dreams are it. This is it. You're not going anywhere. I'm not saying you're going anywhere better or anywhere worse. I mean, if we had to, pray it's somewhere better, I guess. But we're here now. You know, like, don't wait for a time to go do something that needs to be done. It has to be done now. Shit. Sometimes, like, you know, if I don't want to call myself good or explaining something, but that would just be how I feel, regardless of what everyone else takes and feels and is careless. I'm just saying, I'm being me and how I feel about me. You know, I'm going to get the message out, but sometimes I think it's funny because, like, it's like a thing where, like, you don't know how other people feel, and this is a great example, prime example. I don't know how other people feel, so, like, I mean, I can tell how they feel and what type of mood they're in, but I can't feel and sensate how, you know, they're actually vibrating inside and how they feel, that elasticity. Because everyone experiences different happiness. We're just categorizing that and throwing that term on there. We might know what happiness is or who you are, but everyone vibrates it differently and feels it differently. It's a good word and terminology for that aspect, but it's just a message. And sometimes I be thinking people feel the same way. And this is not like, it sounds the way it sounds. And just as, like, I can feel people, some people can't feel people. And I'm not being judgmental, and I'm not saying they're numb, but, you know, some things that you expect, you know, it might be a gift or a talent or an idea. Some people might not feel that, and it's nothing with them, you know what I mean? There will be people who resonate with you, definitely, but don't think anyone, you know, just because you're alert doesn't mean someone else is alert, and that's that. And the same with awareness, You know, just what you're thinking. No one knows what you're actually thinking, if you are. Which the whole point of this is about being in the moment and existing and being here. So my fellow snappers, how are you gonna take this? We should be laughing and full of joy. Life shouldn't be a hardship. You know, stop following people. Follow yourself. Like, this is it. It's you. You know, you are the leader of the pack, whether you have a pack or not. And that's the best thing about it. I'm trying to throw it out there. I just think, like, again, how I feel, I think some people, I just automatically think that they know how I'm feeling or know what I'm talking about, as in, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I can feel other people. Best example is I feel other people's energy and I can directly tell how they feel. To me, that is common sense in how I naturally feel, and I can see that way now. That's just how I am. But I also think that's a natural way to be in feeling. We all can have it and possess it. To me, it's just like not everybody's on that level. And I don't want to say it's a higher level or a lower level. It's just a different dimension and a different feel. Like, some people actually don't experience that because I've asked them. But I also think it is, to me, it's common and people feel that all the time, but it's actually not true. So, you know, today's the day. Why wait on it? There is no such thing as waiting. It's just being and existing. When you're doing nothing, you're honestly doing something. Even when you're just sitting there, you're always doing something. Always. It's almost impossible not. It is impossible. Nothing is actually something, and something is actually nothing. Just take love for yourself and grow, you know? Let's raise the community and get to that feeling of natural happiness that you should be in all the time. Do what makes you do good. When I say deprogram and unprogram and think out the box, the TV, and stop watching TV. Stop. That's something. You can do what you want, but the whole thing is, again, a lot of these people are just throwing a lot of fantasies. They're not being real, you know. They're edits and cuts, and that's fine. But you're hyping it up, way more, pepping it up, you know, pep rally. For to me, telling the truth. Like, I like to be direct. There is no beating around the bush. This isn't the Bible, Christianity. I'm not here, Anglo-Saxon. I'm not here to spit no, or preach nothing that's indirect. Like, I want to give you the message fully, you know. We're meant to here to live life and exist. There really is no rules. They're just feelings. When you commit to something, society and stuff, but you may do this not knowing, uneducated, unwillingly. Yeah, there might be some strict things, but the whole point is to see from the different perspective outside of the box, you know? Like, some people don't even know because they were brainwashed and never seen the other side. That's what a brainwash is. People who, like, they just can't think for themselves and never seen this other side, this other feeling, because they've never even had it. They've only maybe even rarely, occasionally, once in a blue moon, rationally, irrationally got this feeling, a glimpse of what it means to feel good. You should feel good all the time. This is what I'm preaching. It isn't something you have to strive for. It's a necessity. Then you start striving and thriving once you naturally feel good. You're supposed to feel that way. Some people never feel that way. It's how we're naturally meant to be. Don't let them fool you on this. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm preaching this from the heart. It's something you can feel. I want to be direct. This isn't the Bible. I'm not here to spit riddles. That a man-made book, which there's nothing wrong with, and if you like riddles, that's fine. And some decoding of a language that's hard as hell. I've never read it, but I know it's full of contradiction. Nothing should, I understand there's two sides of everything, and you can take what you want. And the story is just a story at the end of the day. But let's be honest, we need something direct, especially for our people. Like, why would you ever be indirect? Why would you tell riddles? That's what I'm here to do, to make sure you naturally feel happy. Pain and suffering happen because you can overcome them. It's happening for a reason. So you can get past that. You're here to overcome it, which then you realize not to make these mistakes, as you would call them, but we don't have to call them, just the pain and the suffering, how to avoid that, and that's how you reach happiness. That's how you climb there. You are just there, but sometimes shit doesn't work out because, like, you know, just the way we grew up in the society that we live in. And depending where you live, I can't always speak for everybody. I am, but some people live different lives. A lot of the time when I speak from what I know, my experience, but I know there's other experiences and lives and ways of living. My battery's dying out there. It's about to die. But just know, like, this isn't society, Western society particularly, in the whole money and economics. Like, it may have been part of your life, but it's not part of, and it may be somewhat universal to an extent, but that's not the end of life. There's much more to life. That's that, you know, concepts that got you in. You can do whatever you want, you know, like, even if it's a one-time thing, like, it's you. You're here for the experience and the sensation and the sensate and the vibrate and the automatically feel good all the time. I'm sorry if you weren't born that way, and you were traditionally when you're a kid, but they do things to you, you know, that don't need to be done. And vaccines, you know what I mean? And just a natural birth versus a birth in a hospital with all these other things going on. Some people don't even know about this, and I've never, you know, I experienced it and I existed, but I don't even know the depth of it all. But people were out here before, and they've already indoctrined and dictate a lot of rules and stuff. You don't know what this is, you know what I mean? That's where the disconnection comes in. We're here to be happy and feel good, and I want you to know that, like, from the heart. That's how we're supposed to be. People are messing around and not giving you direct information. That's what I'm here to do. That's why I'm even writing this book. The best thing you'll ever read. And it's from my experience. But, you know, you should be living the life you want to, you know. You shouldn't feel bad and trapped. And if you do get to that state somehow, some way, fix it. Let's get to the root. Let's get to the bottom. Let's be direct instead of indirect. Let's stop anticipating and you know, compromising. Let's get there. Let's get where we need to be in this world and how you want to feel. This isn't no exaggeration. Thus is it. You got to be direct. Right on. Headshot. You should be feeling good, you know. Climb yourself out of that box. Get to that mountaintop. Get yourself to the iceberg. This is it. Like, there's nothing better than the moment and the now. There is no other. You can't compare this. There is no comparison. Get out of that mental game. You know, like, fuck it. Who cares if you painted 5 paintings yesterday and you only painted 1 today? It don't matter. That 1 could beat the whole 5. What matters is your worst day, if you want to say that, is if you're trying your best. That's all that matters, if you try. You know, like, are you really in it? Are you in it to win it? Or just be in it? Doesn't matter. There is no comparison, you know? Who cares if you didn't lift as much weight as you did last time, did as many reps? It doesn't mean anything. Ultimately, it's pointless. But don't compare it. You're putting yourself down. There is no comparison. You know, I understand there's muscle memory and recorded information, but in your head and stuff, but just look past that. Let it dissolve. Get involved. Don't do unnecessary action. Be in the moment. Stop rating each other and comparison and look into these ideals and magazines. That's who they are, and that's fine how they want to express, you know, but that little to do with reality. Get in with yourself. Do what makes you feel good. If you feel good being fat, be fat. Live it up. Stand up for yourself. Represent. Fuck it. It's like like this is all it is. Don't let someone bully you. Like, tell them how you feel. Don't want to be with someone, either leave the situation, you know, deal with it, or A, tell them how you feel and fucking leave. Like, I'm being sincere. Like, let's get into this. If you feel there is no image of a skinny model. They just put the whole model in your head. Anything can be a model. Fucking tripod